This is going to be the documentation of my return journey from Delhi to Kathmandu on the Dolphin. We've already traveled about 1400 kilometers, of which 1100 kilometers was the journey to Delhi. And then the 300 kilometers or odd, so we're just here and there at Delhi, the expo, some shopping, some sightseeing, whatnot. And today we are heading back to Kathmandu, but it's going to be a breakdown. Day 1 is Lucknow, day 2 is somewhere in Nepal. We haven't decided that yet, either port of entry through Birganj or Bhairawa, just like we came. We really don't want to take the Bhairawa road again. And then day 3 is going to be Kathmandu. So let's see how this goes. And because we are now heading back, we have a good idea of what the charger infrastructure is like on the way back home. So we're actually stress testing this car and just driving an EV on the highway in a more, let's call it, less planned manner. Although I wouldn't say this was planned out, we're actually leaving with around 60% charge, not 100. And if you saw my last video, you know that to get to Agra from Delhi, you need a proper full charge. And then to get to Lucknow, you need another proper full charge and a bit of a top up. So today we're actually gonna start off with 60% battery. Probably check out some new chargers along the way to top it up. Otherwise we're not getting to Agra. Remember last time we got there in like 3%, 10 km of battery left. I wouldn't say I had range anxiety because this is a BYD and I do trust the range estimation as compared to some other vehicles. But you don't want to keep yourself in that situation. It's 7:30 in the morning and I just finished loading up the car. I am yet to have breakfast. I just recorded this. And we've delayed our departure by about an hour or so because I woke up today morning, checked out the window, and it looked super foggy. It still is foggy. Like, it's clearing up though. It's gotten a lot better in the last half an hour of loading and getting ready in this car. But again, you wouldn't want to do high-speed driving in the fog, would we? So, time to eat some food, time to get myself ready, and then hit the road. Okay, hold up. So, it's not even been 5 minutes since we left the hotel, and we are now topping up the car for charge. Like, it's gonna take probably 20 minutes. We're down to about 50 something odd percent. So, it's gonna be a top up. There's the Dolphin charging. And then we're gonna hit the road again. Also, we have a lot of luggage. So we're still playing Tetris. But anyway, this is gonna be a quick top off. And next stop, Agra. I'm at Agra now. I definitely stomped on the accelerator for a proper, I don't know, 110 to 120 kilometers per hour non-stop, and we were just cruising the entire damn time. The efficiency did jump up to like 15, 16. The Dolphin is, where is the Dolphin? Oh, it's back there charging. Yeah, efficiency went up from 10 to 12 to 15. And when I was cruising around 120, it hit like a proper 17, which is when I turned off cruise control, by the way, and then modulated the power output from my foot. It's really fun and easy to keep this car in cruise control and just let it handle everything on its own. Lane centering works like a champ, although you do sort of have to fight it sometimes. It feels a bit unnatural. And then the next bit is your distance calculation. The car does it for you on its own. You just set the distance and the car automatically keeps up or keeps distance with the vehicle in front in case anything happens. So again, less modulation on your part. Really easy. I did notice today our car is like overloaded with things to the brim. The entire boot is full, the back seat is full, all the way up to the headrest height, and it's just the front two seats that are vacant. We've got a lot of things from the MPV, the M6, coming over, and as a result, our car is definitely a lot more bouncier today, especially during these bumps on the highways when you like get on bridges, get off bridges, and the car just bounces along. So we've just been very careful in maintaining speed, and we came to Agra with about 60 kilometers left in range. Anyway, I am now gonna have lunch here. It's already mid-afternoon. Probably going to check around the area, and then we will probably hit the road again. Okay, it's 10 p.m. and we are at a break stop, not a charge stop. Lucknow is still about an hour away, and today I think has been the drive of my life. I'm not even kidding. Why I say this is because we topped off the car to 100% at Agra, and it was a proper 322 kilometers on a full charge, but our destination was 324, 26. So that was definitely on the scary side, I think. And I think that's also what began Ashley and my quest to charge efficiently. He quickly topped off 10 kilometers, but then he asked me to swap because he had some other things to do, and I took over. And I have never tried to hypermile this bad in any EV that I've reviewed, or even my car on the highway. Like, what the hell, man? Every time these highways are so damn straight with long bank turns and like slow gradual inclines uphill and downhill that easily last like 400 to 500 meters or more, half a kilometer stretches of uphill and downhill. And what I did today was Hypermile 101. Regen to the low, eco mode. Every time an uphill came, I would gently tap the accelerator, so much so that now my foot muscle cramps a bit. And then every time a decline would start, I would just let gravity take over to increase its speed. And oh my god, I am not kidding. I brought the car from a 2-kilometer deficit and up to about a 40-kilometer surplus. So I now have a 40-kilometer buffer zone. We luckily also found a charger here to top off the car even more, so now that we actually don't need to worry about range anymore. It's a slower charger, but it is a pulse charger nevertheless, and it will more than get us to our destination. But yeah, some things I learned about the Dolphin on this journey were, one, the battery might be small, but if you efficiently drive it like I did today, it will do the mile. Like, its range, its efficiency right now, I started driving with about 15 kilowatt hour for every 100 kilometer, and I brought it down to 11. And there were points where it was actually eking towards 10.8, 10.7, but that was a bit too difficult on me, so I just brought it back up to about 11.1, 11.2. And then again, if you like floor it and take it up to speed, it jumps all the way to 16 kilowatt hour and reduces range greatly. So you can clearly drive it however you want to, and the car quickly reflects everything back at you. So that is phenomenal. And then the second thing I found out that was really amazing about the Dolphin is because of the smaller battery size, the DC charging sort of caps around 30 kilowatts. And because of the smaller battery size, precisely, a full charge happens in about an hour and you're done. Today I plugged it in the morning along an Atto 3. My car was already done charging long before the Atto 3. The other day I plugged it in besides an M6 I was long done charging before the M6, even though that these cars accepted DC faster rates of charging than mine. Like, damn. As for today, I am now in need of a charger. Like, I am at, I don't know if you can see this due to the sun, but 20%, 62 km of range left, which is going to take me to the nearest mall. And that's about it. So we've searched for another mall with static queue charging. Oh, right outside that is the M6 in the bright. And we're gonna plug both these cars up, and then we're gonna hit the road. The plan is to cross the border during the daytime. I think the border actually closes in the evening, so we do have a bit of a time crunch. And once we're across the border, though, all my entire team is like, we don't give a damn in the world anymore. Because we're back in Nepal and anything will work. Nothing like home, I suppose. Oh no, my lens is so dirty. I need to clean it. Anyway, so found a charger, 25 kilowatt. It's going to take 2 whole hours for this to charge up. Found a faster 60 kilowatt charger for the M6, and that is still going to take 1.5 hours to charge at around 35 kilowatts. This one is charging at its peak capacity for the DC charger at 25. And so I expect us to be here for about 2 hours before hitting the road, and 330 plus kilometers depending on your driving. Of course, like if you try to hypermile it like yesterday, you can definitely go the distance, but you don't want to always hypermile, do you? This is the final morning of our Delhi to Kathmandu drive, and I am at Red Sun's, Bodhi Red Sun's in Bhairawa. And yesterday night was another exhaustive night. We left Lucknow late, honestly. And I didn't have much of an update for yesterday's vlog because we didn't stop at all yesterday. We left at 3:15 to be precise from Lulu Mall, and then via Basti we took a back road that brought us straight to the border in one charge. Like the M6, we all knew it could do it in a single charge, but the Dolphin, which is underneath, we were very skeptical about it, in the sense the amount of distance we had to travel was the amount of charge that the Dolphin showed. In fact, the Dolphin showed less, but again, Ashray began with very technical, efficient driving on other days where we always talked about different things during our long drives, from our school days to the games we played, to the music we listened to our life experiences. Yesterday, we were talking about nothing but the efficiency. What's the efficiency? 10. What's the efficiency? 11. What's the efficiency? 10.5. How about now? 10.8. How about now? 11.2. What's the range? Is the range dropping? What mode are you in? What about regenerative braking? It was honestly nothing but just statistics on the car, and we were both keeping track because we both needed the car to do the proper 330 plus kilometers. And the thing is, it was full of suitcases. Like, everyone from the M6 had their luggage in my car, and As a result, you could feel the body sway. And oh, here's a fun fact I noticed. The entire time we were in India, I didn't think about clearance even once, but now that I stepped into Nepal, on day one, I have to now hit the Downey broken section before Chitwan, and I'm already thinking about clearance and how stressful it's going to be, especially that I am going to be driving this first half onto Chitwan and Kurintar, and then Asher is going to take us home to Kathmandu, Naksal BYD showroom, where we'll end the 1,000 plus kilometer drive. So, yeah, such a big difference. We as Nepali people put so much of significance on clearance. If it's above 170, 180, even better, 190, great. But the entire time I was in India, it didn't matter to me. Like, I didn't have it scrape at the bottom, even with so much luggage, at all. And even the M6, which has a similar amount of clearance, but 7 entire people sitting in it with some luggage, it didn't bottom out there either. So that just brought how much of a difference road quality and infrastructure made. Like, there were speed bumps, there were some potholes here and there in India, and we even took some off the beaten tracks, like not properly pitched tracks, and never once, especially in undergrounds too, by the way, we parked in so many underground basements also to charge, and never once did I doubt, oh, this is not going to go down. Anyway, the Dolphin has been great. Like, I am so impressed by this average city electric EV car, and I'm calling it average because it's not really exceptional in anything, but it did turn out to be exceptional in everything. Like range, charging speeds that I was talking about earlier. You can hypermile this thing if you really set your foot to it, literally. And you can also push it to very, very high top speeds, 3 digits top speeds, if you wanted to. Okay, anti-light. Oops. I just made it to Bharatpur Garden Hotel. It's 2:30 p.m. Today was a very funny, sort of long, exhaustive drive. It's the first time we're back in Nepal after driving a lot of Indian expressways and high-speed highways, basically. Also, regular streets are also quite high speed. Even the roads inside Delhi, I'm not gonna lie, were 50 to 60 kilometer per hour roads. There weren't any 10, 20 like in Kathmandu. So, yeah, first time we're back in Nepali roads, and like I just said, clearance was the biggest issue immediately. My car didn't scrape anywhere for this entire journey from exiting Nepal border to entering Nepal border again. We've done about 2,200 kilometers, of which majority were in India, and I had no problems until today morning, where I had a couple of scrapes here and there, especially in the underbody. Luckily, nothing too irreversible, just minor scrapes here and there. As we are gunning for an evening time back into Kathmandu around 6, maybe 7. 6 if we're lucky, but the thing is, regardless of whatever route you take into the valley, you're going to hit traffic in the evening or even during the daytime. There's really no entering Kathmandu via road without hitting traffic. We left Bhairawa today with about, I would say, it wasn't a full charge basically. I'll have it up on the screen. And we are now down to 15%. I think we left with about 50 to 60%, if I recall. The thing is, it's hard to remember all of these numbers because I'm doing it daily. I'm also trying to keep track of the other M6 just to compare range and efficiency between the cars, although they're completely different classes and segments and whatnot. But it's good to know. And today my average efficiency has been, well, climbing down it peaked to about, I would say 18 kilowatt hours, which was a lot considering we had been idling between 10 to 11 for all of the 300 plus kilometers yesterday, all the way to Bhairawa. Today, I immediately hit 18. And then the roads are really bad. I remember a long time ago as a kid coming down these roads, and it was so much better. Granted, half in width, but so much better. Right now, I would not recommend you this road from Chitwan west towards Butwal and Bhairawa. Nope. It's quite unfortunate. The funniest thing about today's driving, though, has been it's now Ashray's turn to take over, but I brought it straight here, and I think I got sanitized to Indian high speeds of like 80, 90, 100. So even if I was going at 70, it felt so natural and so slow to me. Only after crossing around 80, 90 did I start feeling, oh, I'm finally on highway speeds. But this is Nepal, you immediately have to stop once you hit those speeds, unlike in India. And so, yeah, definitely noticed that. I'm gonna have to tone down my driving back to Nepali speeds. Okay, I am at BYD Naxal's showroom and the end of our plus 2,000 kilometer journey. It was around 8 p.m. when we entered and arrived here, and today's journey was one of the lesser distance, just close to 300 kilometers, but it was the most gruesome. Coming back onto bumpy Nepali roads really took a toll. I drove the first half and then I gave up. I was like, Ashray, go for it. Take a zoom. And he did. And the last part after lunch, we did top off the car, but not to 100%. I think it would have been smarter had we topped it off to 100, but we wanted to get into town as soon as possible. And so with a about 65% charge, we just hit Kathmandu. And because we were in a bit of a crunch, it wasn't the most efficient drive. So fast forward to Tarke, which is 20 kilometers right before the valley. We had to charge it one more time before climbing up into the city because there wasn't enough range left. And even now, I think we came with, I think, 9% left. Like, the Dolphin's gone honestly above and beyond this entire journey. I can't stress enough how capable of a car is and how versatile of a car is. Like, it's holding up everyone's luggage. 9 people's worth of luggage. It's giving the claimed range. When you put your foot down, it behaves fast like a performance-oriented car. But then when you drive it meticulously, trying to maximize efficiency, it does that too. Like, what more could you ask of this value for money car? And so I think I'd like to end on a happy note here and give a personal thanks to Ashray and BYD Nepal, also BYD India for the logistical support along the way, and overall it was honestly quite a unique experience getting to range test, load test, and everything to the extreme. See you on the next one.